Okay, I'm going to show you the coolest light mod. It's my own invention. Okay, for use with absolutely any speed light, any Nikon speed light, any Canon speed light, any damn speed light you could possibly think of. Right now I'm using this on a miniature background light stand. I could be using it on a regular light stand like this, but for demonstration purposes I have it on the table. Hello to the folks at Paul C. Buff. You make awesome stuff, obviously so. Made in America, made right in Tennessee. It's junky stuff if it doesn't say Buff, right? No, I'm not sponsored by Paul C. Buff, obviously so. Paul C. Buff needs to be paying attention to this because these are the people that are making the reflectors, and they could be making something incredible because there is a light mod that you can actually drop a speed light in with a really crappy reflector, which this is not a crappy reflector, this is a Paul C. Buff reflector, and the folks at Paul C. Buff know exactly what the hell this is. Their standard 8.5 inch reflector that uses a bunch of plastic junk. It's over-engineered plastic garbage with a bunch of plastic knobs. It attaches to a light stand and it sticks a speed light in horizontally. Uses a crappy reflector and a crappy honeycomb. That thing is like, with the honeycomb and whatnot, is like 50 bucks. No, actually it's $100, excuse me. I apologize for that. It's $100. I'm going to assume if you have any lighting equipment, you already have light stand swivels, and I'll show you what that is in a minute, and you already have some reflectors. I'm assuming that, because I know of nobody that has light stands that doesn't have light stand swivels. I want Paul C. Buff to pay close attention to this, because this is something they should be making, because this is freaking incredible. And my motto is simplicity is divinity. I've already got like 4 times more light mods than everybody else on YouTube combined, including the #1 light mod website on the internet that I won't name. It's a really good website, but I've got way more light mods than him. This is incredibly simple and ingeniously cheap. It is assuming that you already have studio reflectors, like for my Einstein. This is the same studio reflector that's on my Einstein back here, one of my mini Einsteins. And right now this is on an SB800 speed light. Right now I have a 30-degree honeycomb in here. And I have a 15-degree honeycomb in here. I can pop in whatever I want. As I've said in many videos, you can blast anything with light. Boom. Proper exposure, evenly illuminated. Compositionally, the picture usually sucks because you just, boom. You've blown out all your depth and definition. Your differentiation between your specular, your diffuse, and your midtones is just gone. Your shadows, your diffuse, your specular, just everything's just, you just crapped a bunch of light all over it. If you have a studio strobe and you don't have some honeycomb grids, and I recommend these from Paul C. Buff, you can see what I have here. I have a 15-degree honeycomb. What sort of directionality I get? This is 30-degree, which means it is half as directional, obviously, as the 15-degree. See, now you can see my ugly face? Now you can't. Okay? So it's not about lighting, which it is about lighting, but it's about lighting control. It's like saying you got a lot of money, but it's sitting in the front yard of your house. You know, people are going to come by and steal it, right? Well, it's not about having money, it's about having control over it. It's the same thing with lighting. And I want Paul C. Buff to pay attention to this because this device is ingeniously simple, and they could make something, not using wire like I've done, although this is incredibly stable, my wire device. Let me take off my trigger. I've got a pair of Pocket Wizard remote triggers here. Take out this. Hope my honeycomb grid doesn't fall out because these just snap in like that. Look how simple this is. By the way, this is removable. If you want to use this handheld, you certainly can use this handheld with a honeycomb in it. This wire, which is 12 gauge plastic coated, PVC coated wire, copper wire, you can get it in any hardware store, fits like a stack of Legos right behind this rolled lip on this studio reflector. I have 2 pieces of Velcro and the wire that is through the swivel of the umbrella hole of this light stand swivel. Everybody that has light stands and studio strobes know what the hell a light stand swivel is, because I know of nobody that has light stands and studio strobes that doesn't have a bunch of these swivels. Period. You can get them cheap from China for like 12 bucks. This is a more expensive one from Westcott, but ultimately they're all exactly the same thing. So let me show you how simple this is. By the way, you can see how secure it is. going to take my Velcro off here. I'm going to release the Velcro there. I'm going to undo this. I'm able to pull the wire right out. Look how simple this is. All of these pieces of black tape are not holding in the wire behind the lip here. They're not. I just have that there for safety purposes. I literally had to take the pliers and snap it in like Legos, and it's perfectly secure, just like this. How simple is this? I don't even need this additional Velcro strap. This just makes it a little bit more stable. All I need is this one Velcro strap that attaches to the head of my speed light. This is simplicity and divinity personified. By the way, folks at Policy Buff, you got to see the second video. I'm going to show you something ingenious. I call it the honeycomb ring. Everybody watch the second video that follows this, because I have another invention, my own invention, I call the honeycomb ring, that is a modification for this creation of mine. And the light from it is exquisite. It will take you less than 5 minutes to make. I've got it right over here. I'm going to show it to you in video number 2. It's incredible. It's incredible. Here's my little speed light. I'm going to show you what this swivel is. It's articulating. I didn't show you that when it was on the stand here, but it doesn't just point in one direction. I can actually articulate my speed light any way that I want, up or down, twist it around my light stand, so it's not locked into place. I didn't actually show you that when I had the reflector on and the grid on, but I can do any of this stuff and lock it into place. So, like I said, this is meant for a regular light stand. You can use it for anything. A little ground one, this is technically a background light stand, so a little tiny light stand. You can get a bunch of these, like a 2-pack for like 25 bucks, I believe. So this light mod is about 10 times simpler and 10 times cheaper than that plastic Chinese crap that's sold on eBay. There's no American-made versions of it. It's all crap from China. And Policy Buff, here's what you need to be paying attention. While I used wire, obviously, on your reflector, there is a ridge right here, obviously, you know your own stuff, where you could put a locking strap around here with an umbrella wire, an umbrella rod that will go through the rod, the umbrella rod of the studio, the light stand swivel. So Policy Buff, for basically no money at all, you can make an ingenious version of this, and you would sell the piss out of it. And I'd tell everybody about it. And it would be ingenious. I mean, you know, you'd have the market cornered because nobody wants to buy that plastic crap from China, and it sucks. So all you have to do is take your existing reflector, Policy Buff. Love you to death. I got a ton of your stuff, by the way. Love your customer service is second to none. Anyway. Other than this wire, which is just 12-gauge wire, which I wrapped with industrial electrical tape, duct tape, which just fits in the umbrella hole right here, lock it into place. You can just put a strap on there, and I know you've got tons of umbrella rods. I know for a fact because I've ordered a bunch from you, and it would just fit into a locking. And this is it. You know, two pieces of Velcro. Don't even need 2 pieces, just one. Lock it. Look how easy this comes together. Look, that's it. That's it. Look how stable it is. Ingenious. Now watch video number 2. Everybody, and especially Policy Buff, I'm going to show you something ingenious that just spits out light that is exquisite. Exquisite. And by the way, everybody should check out Policy Buff stuff. Not sponsored by them. They're not giving me any free crap. I even got a free t-shirt from Policy Buff, which I don't need a t-shirt, but anyway. Check out video number 2. I want to show you something awesome. Okay? Thanks for watching, and thanks, Policy Buff, for watching. And you really should make this, folks at Policy Buff, because it will cost you basically nothing to make these. Nothing. You're talking about a band and a rod to modify this into this awesome thing. This is my own homebrew, but you can make one for basically nothing and sell it, and it would be an awesome, awesome product. Catch you later. Watch video number 2. Okay, I'm going to show you something really awesome in video number 2. As if this wasn't awesome enough, okay? Bye.